OFX was popping. So this week was dope, man. This week was dope. I am still working on the FTMO stuff. So posted stuff on my Instagram this week. I'm working on the free trial, and then the challenge will probably be later this month, and then hopefully get verified. So the trade I took this week. So first of all, I have changed things up just a tiny bit, and it's just with this one time frame. What I went through last week was some really weird shit, and it was pairs that were supposed to correlate didn't correlate. EU looked like sells, USD CHF looked like sells, AUD USD and NZD USD looked like buys. So I was confused as fuck. And only trading on these higher time frames where you kind of need more pairs to get your trades in every week, I was like, fuck that. It's just so confusing. So what I want to do from now on is focus on a few pairs. These are my three favorite pairs. So I'm going to narrow it down to one, maybe two of these, and then that'll be it. And then that's what I will focus on. So the trade that I caught this week. So first of all, there's beautiful buys, sells right here on these in these areas. Um, I looked at these and I saw these, but I didn't even take them. Just didn't want to. I made my percentage for the week and I was done. There's beautiful sells right here. I mean, that could have been a good trade. Price came down to this level, and then we saw that price hesitated, pushed up, came back down. Multiple rejections. You could have taken that up there, right? So those were really, really easy trades. It's still the exact same shit, right? Rejections and breaks, retests, and all that stuff. So but the trade that I took this week was right there, right? So if we go to the 4 hour, what I saw on the four, and I think I posted a breakdown of this. So on Instagram, so we had a strong push, and then price came back up to here, and this is your first sign that we are gonna start going bearish, right? We created a lower high, and then price had a strong push. We created another lower high. Price had another strong push, created another lower high, and then what I saw was that, and then I had this big level right here, and then what I did was I went down to the one, and I set my alerts so I knew when price came back into this area. And when did the week actually start? Let me see. Started right there. So started right there. So you could have had an alert like right here. So at 11 a.m. you would have been alerted that this hit, and bang, bang, and then that was closed. That would have closed at 3. So you could have gotten right there. So let's be realistic about this, right? We had this level. You could have had that entire analysis. The week started right here on this candle. So you could have been waiting for this. You could have had an alert set right here. So then Monday at 11 a.m. you would have been notified that price broke out, and then you could have just waited for the retest. So then you could have done something like this. So now you're notified. You probably won't look at it until like 3 o'clock at least, because you don't want to trade around rollover. But then you set an alert like right there, right at the open, or right at this level, so you know when price gets back up in there. Price notifies you, and then every hour on the hour from that point on, you look at the candle closure, right? This one closed at 3, and then I actually ended up entering somewhere like in there. It was like 3, in between 3 and 4. It wasn't on this candle close. It was in the middle of this one forming. So my entry was somewhere in there, right? And then I had a stop loss. I believe, I want to say it was like that. And then, you know me, I'm targeting my at least my 2.5. And then, it lined up with this next little level down there. I actually want to say it was smaller than that. No, I think that's on point what it was. And then that was that. And then that was the entire trade. And then you saw price have multiple rejections, started trading, big pushes, and then TP got smacked easily. Like that was it, right? And that was the entire trade. And it was that simplistic. It was seeing that price kept pushing down, lower highs over and over and over. and we got a break and a retest. And price hesitated multiple times at this level, and that was it. It took the entire thing, right? Then price did that. You could have had buys, you could have had sells, and then right now you could maybe have some more sells right now off of that level. AUD/USD was also very nice this week. If we go on the 4, we can see the week started on that red line. I think, yeah. You can see how weak buys were coming back up, right? You can see how the buys were just not trying to really go anywhere. And then we kept going up, going up. We had a strong push down. Price rejected this level multiple times. Crazy strong push. And then we have the end of this channel. Price came back up there and then gave you a nice rejection candle. You could have entered on the 1. Obviously, you would not have entered anywhere in here, so that wouldn't even have been a factor. But even if, probably would have been like that anyway, so that wouldn't have been on the zone. Then price gave you that nice dark cloud cover is what I think it's called, but whatever, who cares? And then you could have taken it from there. You could have waited for the 4-hour closure, whatever you want to do. And then price just moved beautifully. We had strong push. We had a nice pit stop right there. Took that one. And then we had an evening star formed off of that level. So you could be maybe in more sells right now. And that was it. And it was very, very easy. So looking at this, if we look at it, we could have looked at this trade. And obviously we're not going to predict a crazy push like that. But if we do see that happen, that closed Tuesday. So then what you could have done, let's be honest, if you're looking at the charts, like normal hours, let's say you get up at like 6 a.m. or whatever, you would have seen this Tuesday when you got up, and then all you would have done is you would have seen that 4-hour level, the end of channel level. You could have just set an alert like right there, so you got notified. So when you would have woken up and seen it, it would have been a whole day and a half pretty much by the time when it actually came back up in there. Didn't have to check the charts until the alert got set. Then you checked it every hour on the hour for the closure. Once you get that closure, takes like 10 seconds to check and see if it closes. If it actually closes good like this one did, you find the stop loss, find the lot size. Takes probably 30 seconds doing that. Then you take the trade. Trade takes a few hours to play out. Actually, not a few hours. It took 12 hours, but still, then you're done. Done for the week, right? And now I want to show. There was nothing on EU this week, in my opinion. Didn't look good at all. But what I want to do is I want to show how beautiful these things were on EU the last few weeks. So if we look at this entire structure, right? All of these red lines are when the weeks started. This is last week. So 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, right? Okay. So if this week starts right here on this red line, what you could have done is you could have had this trade planned out, first, second, and now you could have been looking for the third rejection off of this level, and then you would have taken that trade. So that would have been your entire trade planned out for the entire week, and then you'd be done. So what would happen is you would have an alert set over there. You could have had it planned out Sunday morning or Saturday night or whatever you look at, whenever you look at the charts. And then obviously it takes 2 seconds to find a trade like this. It's not very hard. So you would have had an alert set. So then by the time when the market opened, it would have been up there in 5 hours. And then you would have looked at it on this close, and this close. So you would have total looked at the charts probably for like 60 seconds total. Every 3 hours straight on the close. Probably took a total of 60 seconds. Would have taken a trade and then just let trade run the TP, and you would have been done by Monday morning. Done for the entire week, right? When a 2.5 to 1, a 4 to 1, a 3 to 1, whatever you want to target, that's what you could have been doing. And then you would have been done for the entire week. And then the week before, if you look at it, you see, okay, well, in the 4 hour, we see price kind of chopping around, not really going anywhere, strong push up. If we get a break and a retest right here, I can take this trade. So then guess what? You get that break and a retest. You could have had that planned out. Would have been probably what, like 3, 8, 9, 10 hours before it got back in there. And then you get that confirmation candle, you take the trade, and then you're done for the week. That's it. Then you're done. Literally. The week before, price right here, and then you already have rejections on this level. Price comes back up. You get more rejections, you take the trade. Could have had that planned out. And then it drops. And then over here, when the week started right here, you could have had this break and retest planned out. Or you could have had sales up here planned out. Or even if not, it still doesn't take time to notice anything. Still doesn't take time. Like this comes down, you could see this right shoulder being formed on the head and shoulders. And then you're like, okay, well, I'm just going to wait for that to form. Check it every hour on the hour from that point. You know, it takes 10, 20 seconds each time. When it finally does form, you take the trade and that's it, and you're done. Right? But 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks in a row where you could have had trades planned out the week before, spent a total of 60 minutes or 60 seconds to 2 minutes on the charts, and you're done for the entire week. Right? I mean, it just doesn't get any simpler than seeing something like this, a triple rejection, take the trade. I mean, literally could have had an alert set, waited for those candle confirmations, take the trade, and you're literally done for the entire week. That's it. You're done. You know? So that's a beautiful thing, and I just love showing the simplicity behind it. And yes, I did say I was not going to change this thing, but I added one time frame because having so many pairs was completely fucking me up. So that's it, man. OFX out.